Last year, I had four freelancers on my team.
Today, I have one. Yeah, one. And no, I didn't suddenly stop creating content. I didn't stop designing. I didn't stop editing. I just changed the way I work. Because five AI tools basically replaced the repetitive work I was paying freelancers to do. And tool number three alone saved me over $2,000 last month. Now, before you think this is another one of those AI is going to replace everyone videos, no, that's not what I'm saying. I run Pascalix, a digital services agency. So this isn't some random experiment I tried for 5 minutes. These are tools I've actually been using in my workflow. And today I'm going to show you exactly what they replaced and why I still use a human touch where it actually matters. Okay, let's start with number one. Video editing. This one saved me a ridiculous amount of time. Before AI, a simple reel could take my editor around 3 hours just for one short video, cutting the clips, removing mistakes, adding captions, syncing everything, finding the right moments, adding transitions, sound effects, then exporting it, watching it again, and of course, making revisions. You know how it goes. Can you change this? Can you make that part faster? Can you move this text? Another revision, another export, another hour gone. Now I can get most of that done in around 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Is it perfect? No, obviously not. I still go in and tweak things. Sometimes the AI picks a weird cut. Sometimes the pacing feels wrong. Sometimes I want something more cinematic. But for probably 90% of my regular reels, the heavy lifting is already done. And that's the crazy part. Something that used to take around 3 hours can now take around 12 minutes. Think about that. That's not just a little bit faster, that's hours of my day like coming back. And when you're running a business, those hours matter. Instead of spending an entire afternoon inside an editing timeline, I can work on a client project, talk to a lead, create another piece of content, or just move on to the next thing. And honestly, that's why I use AI, not because I want to remove people, I want to remove repetitive work. There's a difference. Now, let's talk about design. My designer used to spend a lot of time creating different versions of the same idea. I'd say, can we try this? Then we'd get another version. Okay, what if we change the colors? Another version. What if the logo was bigger? Another revision. And suddenly, one simple design has turned into an entire conversation. Now, I can generate 5 versions before I even finish my coffee. Seriously. Different layouts, different styles, different colors, different visual directions. I can see the options almost immediately. And that's a huge change because I don't have to wait for one design to be finished before I realize, actually, I don't like this direction. I can test the idea first. Then I take the strongest version and refine it. Now, am I suddenly a world-class designer because I use AI? No, definitely not. But AI made experimentation ridiculously fast, and when you're creating content every single day, speed matters. You don't want to spend 3 hours deciding which thumbnail direction looks better. Generate the options, compare them, pick the strongest one, move on, simple. And now, tool number three. This is the one that surprised me the most, and honestly, this is where things got interesting, because this tool saved me over $2,000 last month. Yeah, $2,000. My old copywriting workflow involved a lot of back and forth. Write something, edit it, rewrite it, change the tone, make it shorter, make it more persuasive, create another version. Then another one for Instagram, another one for YouTube, another one for a client. You get the idea. Now, one good prompt can give me client ready copy in seconds. And I'm not just talking about a random paragraph, I'm talking about hooks, video scripts, social media posts, ad concepts, website copy, descriptions, email ideas, different versions of the same message, all from one workflow. But here's the thing, you can't just open an AI tool and type, write me something good. That's not how you get good results. The prompt matters a lot. I give it the audience, the goal, the tone, the offer, the platform, the style, and what I actually want the content to achieve. Then I let it generate. Sometimes it's almost perfect. Sometimes I completely rewrite parts of it. But either way, I'm not staring at a blank screen anymore, and that alone saves me a crazy amount of time. And that's exactly why tool number three became such a big part of my workflow. It didn't replace my thinking, it replaced the blank page. And if you create content constantly, you know how valuable that is. Now, let's move to tool number four, the scheduler. Okay, this one isn't as exciting, I know, but trust me, it saves me a ridiculous amount of mental energy. Think about creating an entire week of content and then manually posting everything across different platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, maybe TikTok, different captions, different formats, different posting times, different platforms. It becomes a job by itself. And that's exactly what I don't want. So now, I create the content, I organize everything, I schedule it, and the posts go out automatically the entire week handled, which means I don't have to wake up every morning thinking, okay, what am I posting today? It's already done. And honestly, that's one of the biggest benefits of automation. It's not always about saving 10 hours. Sometimes it's about removing 50 tiny decisions from your day. And now we've reached number five, the wild card. This one I almost didn't include. Seriously, because when I first started using it, it felt like cheating. You know that feeling when you discover a tool and think, wait, it can actually do that? Yeah, that was me. This tool can take a task that normally requires multiple steps and compress it into one workflow: research, ideas, content, execution, automation, things that used to make me jump between five different tools can now happen much faster. And this is where AI gets really interesting because the biggest change isn't that one AI tool suddenly does everything. It doesn't. It's the fact that these tools can work together. One tool helps me create, another helps me design, another helps me write, another helps me schedule, and together they become a system. That's the part I think most people are missing. Everyone keeps asking, what's the best AI tool? But I think that's the wrong question. The better question is, what part of my workflow is wasting my time? Find that first. Then, find the tool that solves it. Because I'm not saying AI replaces everything. It doesn't. Client relationships, that's still me. Creative direction, still me. Strategy, still me. Understanding what a client actually wants, still me. Making the final decision, still me. That's not going away. These tools didn't replace my job, they replaced the boring parts of it, the repetitive work, the first drafts, the endless revisions, the manual scheduling, the tasks that take hours but don't necessarily require hours of human thinking. Honestly, that's the way I look at AI in 2026. It's not about doing nothing, it's about doing more of the work that actually matters. So if you're running a content business, an agency, a startup, or even just a one person business, don't think about AI as something that going to replace you.
Think about it as one that does not sleep, one that can help you move faster, test more ideas, create more contents, and give you more time to focus on things. Only you can do it. If you want the exact AI stack and the prompts I am using, command AI stack. That's it. Just type AI stack. If you run any kind of content business, subscribe to Pascalix. I post real work and real experiments and practical AI systems every single week. I will see you in next one.